ShotScope just released their new G6 watch, a super competitively priced option that folks that love simplicity and basics may very well love. I think it deserves a closer look, so on today's episode, we're going to unbox it, take it out on course, run it through the paces, and find out what it does great, and possibly a couple places it might fall short. Let's get to work.
All right, this is the kind of small box the watch comes in. G6 GPS watch. You can see it's got a built-in scorecard, and this is the feature set it has. So it's got obviously distances to the center, the front, the back. You're going to get distances to hazards on the course, sand, water, that sort of thing. You've got the scorecard, as I mentioned. You've got a larger display here, and the real difference between this G6 and the G5 is that the G5 had a square screen built into this circular watch, whereas now the entire screen fills up the frame, which is really nice. You're going to have full hole maps, and you're going to have 36,000 golf courses that ShotScope has mapped. And if you ever come across a golf course that's not on their list, they will literally map it for you. Or for instance, my club had a redesign here and there's some different features. So I'm going to ask ShotScope, by making this video, I'm asking you, ShotScope, please update my course because there's some bunkers that are gone and a few other features of the course that have changed. So that is a really nice benefit you've got with the ShotScope system. All right, so let's take a look inside this box. I'm going to peel the plastic off here. All right, so again, slim package here. So you've got just a quick start guide. You've got the watch itself, which comes head only, as you can see, and you've got their proprietary charging cable. For me, this is probably one drawback about the system that I wish, maybe it would be nice if it was a USB-C, but I believe that's probably for waterproofness. Okay, so it's this triangular 3-pin system that clicks into the back. That comes with the watch itself. There's some plastic on here. And then we've got some bands that are included, at least in my package from ShotScope. I've got a number of different colors, but I'm gonna go with the old Let's Play Through orange here. Strap this baby on and get to work. So a nice package here from ShotScope. Now it's time to go out on course so I can show you what this thing can do. And one thing that I really admire about ShotScope is they've really thought about building a full product line. They've got much more feature-rich options with their rangefinders, their tracking technology, and some of their watches in the line that will also keep track of all of your shots. This one really isn't about shot tracking. It's more just about getting good information out on course. Let me show you what it can do. All right, so good looking watch. Let's go ahead and start playing some golf. So we're gonna hit the top button up there. Now this is not a touch screen, so you've got down and up arrows that are actually buttons to press here on the left side. I'm gonna go to the play golf and hit select, which is that top right button. And then we're gonna find the GPS. Now that happened extremely quick. That's one of the quickest I've ever seen. So great job there, ShotScope. We're playing Carrollwood Country Club and I am playing the Meadow course here. So I'm gonna hit select and then we're gonna load that course. Now you can actually in the app have courses that you subscribe to. Basically that means that they're courses you play often, and I'm subscribed to Meadow, so I didn't have to download anything. Again, that's why it was so quick there. Now you can choose scoring on or off. I want to test all the things this watch can do, so we're going to say yes to scoring. And now as you can see, I've got 344 yards to the center of this green. If I want to look at some features of this hole, we can actually scroll down here and you can see I've got water. That's going to come into play at 253 yards, which if I hit a good drive right now, it's about 260, 265. So I want to hit less than driver. That informs that choice. And I've actually got a bunker that's green side that's from here 324, but that's going to be on the left side of the green. We'll deal with that on the next shot. First, let's hit a good drive here and get ourselves into position. Oh my gosh. Look at this, right up to the water's edge. So if I hit that driver, I absolutely would have been in the drink. All right, so as you can see, I've got 92 to the center, 101 to the back. It's a very narrow green. And again, I want to just check a few other features here on this hole. We've got 2 bunkers that are showing up. Now, one of these bunkers is actually gone, and I talked about how nice it is that ShotScope can update the maps. They actually filled in this bunker here that's short. So the only bunker I need to worry about is the one on the left, and hopefully I don't hit it that far left anyways. All right, so knowing that it's 91 to that center, that pin is very narrow. 91 should be a pretty good number for us. I'm on a downhill lie here. It's gonna be a bit of a challenging shot. And I've got a big wall where the old bunker is that I got to carry. Let's see if we can pull it off. Pretty good. Is it enough distance though? Yes, we're on the surface. So again, very handy to have something like that to know where the front edge of this green is and the back, because sometimes you want to hit a club that you can miss short with. In that particular case, I'd rather miss just a little bit long And I think that's what we've done. We probably hit on the back fringe there, I'm guessing. So it's nice that you get those precise yardages to front, middle, back, but you can actually get even more precise. I'm gonna show you that on this next hole, which is going to be a par 3. First though, let's see if we can roll in our first birdie putt of the day. One time, oh, we'll take the par though. All right, so time to talk price of this watch. At $179, it sits in a really competitive place in the market. And remember, we are in the world of tariffs, of just increasingly expensive consumer goods. And I think ShotScope continues to provide a really full product line where you've got budget options like this G6 watch. I think it's priced really, really well and really competitively with a basic feature set that's gonna get the job done. Now, the best price you are going to find is gonna be available at our partners, playbetter.com, where I get all my golf technology. They're a family-owned business and they truly care about the customer, and they're such amazing friends to the Let's Play Through community. In addition to their free shipping, you also have a hassle-free money-back guarantee. They are the place to buy golf technology on the internet. They're the ones I trust implicitly here on Let's Play Through. I'm gonna leave a link down in the description if you're interested, but first, let's dive into the rest of the details here. Now there's a scorecard built into this one. We're gonna go ahead and select it. And as you can see, it's asking for that score. We can go up or down depending on how we did. I wish I could put a birdie there, but it was a 4. And it's gonna record our score. It's literally as easy as that. Now, I actually skipped a hole here. So we are now on the 3rd hole. This is gonna be a par 3, and I wanna show you some features that really make this watch useful, and you can get the most out of it possible. All right, so I'm gonna change hole here by hitting the select button. I'm gonna scroll down to change hole, and I'm gonna scroll to the 3rd hole. You've got our front, middle, back distances, 149 to the middle, but this is actually a back pin, and it looks to me to be back left, so we can actually change that on this watch. Now, here is our overview of this hole, and as you can see, we can now move the flagstick to different areas on the green. Now, this is one place where it would really be nice to have a touch screen, and you get that with some of the more expensive watches in ShotScope's lineup, but after a few button clicks, I can place that hole back left where I believe it to be. And once I hit back, now I've got distances, not just to the front, middle, and back of this hole, but literally to the pin. That's exact yardage there, 150 to this pin. Now again, I've got my hazards that we can see here. I've got a bunker that is gonna come into play at 114, and I've got to carry it at least 139 to clear it. So I definitely wanna make sure I hit at least a 145-yard shot here. For me, that's gonna be a 9-iron. Let's see if we can execute. Now, this watch does not necessarily account for wind conditions. Again, there are some other watches out there on the market that can do this, but I can feel the wind. It's basically a crosswind right to left, so I'm actually gonna aim a little right of this hole that also kind of takes the bunker out of play a little bit. Let's see if we can hit a good shot. Well, I'm glad I aimed right because that's really drawing. And unfortunately, I did find that bunker. I found the end of it. I caught that a little thin, and I paid the price there. Let's see if we can get up and down. All right, now distance-wise, I hit it just about the distance I wanted, but maybe just a touch short. Probably hit it 140. And if I was 5 yards further, I would have cleared this bunker. But all in all, you know, could be worse places to miss. Should be a fairly straightforward sand shot for us. Carry that further than I wanted. We're gonna have a long putt for par. Now, the last feature I want to show you on this watch is the fact that you've got full maps of each hole built into this. So again, we'll hit the down arrow, then we'll hit the right arrow, and you can see we get a nice view of this. And as I mentioned, there's 36,000 customized maps that ShotScope has actually built themselves in their offices. I've literally sat in their offices and watched them build one of these. As you can see, this one, I've got to keep it away from the water. And there's a couple of layup options I've got. If I want to lay up to a 130 shot, which is actually a shot that I'd like to do, I need to hit a 200-yard shot here. If I want to be in the 150 area, 184 would be my layup distance for that. So I'm actually going to go iron here. We're going to go 5-iron, try to lay up into one of those distances and see if we can get ourselves in good position for the second shot. So let's find out if I got that distance right. So yeah, right in between those two layup numbers, we've got 123 as the actual to the center. Again, I am going to adjust where that flagstick is. That's going to be on the right side of the green. Again, as you can see, I've got to steer well clear of that water. So we're going to aim middle of the green probably for this one. And again, I can adjust where on the hole that flagstick is. I'm going to call it right about there, which means you've got 125 to the stick here. It's gonna be, the little wind behind us, I think I can go gap wedge. We're gonna aim at the flagstick, hope it draws a little bit. If it does that, we'll be middle of the green. I took a way more aggressive line than I wanted to. All right, so wrapping this one up, let's talk about the pros and cons here of the ShotScope G6. First pro for me, of course, is price and value for what you're getting. I think the feature set, while basic, really is all you need. If you want a distraction-free round, you're really going to love the G6. Again, if you want more next level data, you want that shot tracking and what ShotScope's really known for, they've got other products in the range that you can step up to, but if you want the basics, the G6 does it really, really well. I love that they've got the option to customize this to your preferred color. I love that that screen is now circular instead of square. It fills up more real estate, just does a better job. Another positive to this watch is just how fast it charged. In fact, when I got it out of the box, I was at a completely dead battery level. And by plugging it into my cart, within about 6 holes out here playing golf, this thing was fully charged off a USB. That's pretty weak, to be quite honest with you. So that's absolutely a positive, just how quickly it charged. And out of this one, you're gonna get multiple rounds of use. Unlike something like an Apple Watch or a Galaxy, something you have to charge every single night, basically. This one's gonna last you a very long time between charges. That's really nice. Again, how quick it hit the GPS is a huge benefit of this one. Maybe the fastest I've ever seen a watch catch a satellite and download information. Really, really well done from ShotScope there. Again, having access to the ShotScope library of courses is gotta be a positive as well. But there are some negatives. The first negative for me is going to be the button layout. It's just a little tricky to navigate from time to time. And sometimes things that I'm searching for on the watch, it's not necessarily intuitive how to get there. You have to actually hit the bottom left button, then the right button to get to a screen that you'd think that you could just hit one button and get to. Things like that. It's not the end of the world, but it's something you got to get used to. Once you're used to it, I'm sure it'll be completely fine. The other thing I would say is the fact that you have to use buttons. This not being a touch screen is going to be a little bit more cumbersome to set things like where that flagstick is on the green. A little bit more time, and again, for something that you want simple, I would love to see a touchscreen, but again, if you want to step up to some of their other more expensive watches, that option is there for you. Those are the two little things that I would change about this watch, but I love so much about it. Again, I think priced very competitively in the market. If you're looking for a basic watch, this is gonna be one you should absolutely put on your list. Great job, ShotScope. I'm gonna leave a link below if you wanna purchase one of these for yourself or learn some more about it. I've got our partners playbetter.com, as I mentioned, as well as I'll leave a direct link to ShotScope with a special offer for the Let's Play Through audience. I hope you enjoyed this one. I'll catch you back here on another edition of Let's Play Through.